I'm just hanging out with my nephew, chilling. This man is dropping some nuggets and some thoughts about relationship and his thoughts. What you were saying about dating?
If there was no social media in the world right now, dating would be a whole lot easier.
Why is that?
Because if we didn't have social media, dating would be a whole lot easier. Me personally, I'm an old soul. I love picking up women around 8 p.m. Let me text you, like, I'll be at your house at 8 p.m. I'll pick you up for the date. I have an intimate conversation and get to know you, see if we're going to continue this dating or if I want to continue this relationship and everything. Like I said, dating would be a whole lot easier if we didn't have social media.
Don't you think social media also enhances the ease or makes it more convenient to meet people?
That's true. But for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me personally, I like to walk up to people like, hi, my name is such and such, and I would love to get to know you. And then if we have social media, people like to put up a facade. People don't like to be their real self online. I want to see how you look in a person. That's my thoughts and opinions on dating.
Okay. Let's say you meet somebody new, and what will be your opening line? How would you start with or break the ice, like they say, or start a conversation?
For me, like I said, I'm an old soul. I would introduce myself, something simple like, my name is George, it's nice to meet you. And wait till her response is. Just go off of what she says. What about you?
Normally, the way I step up to people that I don't know, that I'm meeting for the first time, is I always look for one thing that I can compliment about them. So I look for something complimentary, either their hair, their eyes, their clothing, their shoes, their handbag, their look. And I do stuff like that because I know that people like receiving compliments. If you don't know people from anywhere, one thing I normally do is I smile first, and depending on how they receive the smile, that gives me a lot of information about their mindset, their state of mind, and that kind of always sets up the tone. And yes.
So what's the first place to take a woman on a date?
The first place for me, I would say there's really no ideal place to take a woman to on a first date. It just goes with the energy, the flow of the energy where we met, first of all. And I think one of the places will be where you can talk, at least to get to know their mindset. So maybe like a restaurant, or it could be a museum. Even for me now, like what I look at, it could be simple things like go to watch the sunset. Somewhere I can at least have a conversation. And when I'm having a conversation, it's all about, I want to know how they think, their value system, how they respond to stimulus effects, how they respond to challenges. And within 5 minutes, I can pretty much have a basic idea of how people think when I'm with people building. How about you?
Like you said, I want to go somewhere we can have a conversation. For me, it's all about energy at the end of the day. Energy. That's the big word. It's energy. And the energy and the vibe, I want to feel you out. Like you said, how you think, how you respond to things. And like, I ask questions. I want to see, like, if you have kids, how you get with the kids. If you work, how long you been at the job for? Do you have a car? Do you have a house? I just ask basic questions to see if I want to continue this relationship, this friendship, or not, to get to know you. People like to put up a facade. If you go to their place, like, I don't like that. I don't like the vibe is off a little bit. So it's all about connection, vibing at the end of the day.
One thing about when you say vibing, connection, because vibing comes from vibration, right? Connection also is about something called frequency. And the frequency and vibration we're talking about has a lot to do with the thought process, because your thoughts control your feelings. Your feelings controls your actions, and your actions produces your result. And this thing I just said now is what we call attitude. Attitude is a composite of your thoughts, feelings, and action. So let's say if somebody says a certain word or talks a certain way, and they probably want to now say, oh, that's not how I really am, I'm just saying this. That's not correct. Whatever you say is how you really are. You might want to sugarcoat it or fake it or say anything, but thought is what is your philosophy. And your philosophy comes from how you think. And how you think is the essence of who you are. So when I'm telling you that even when I talk to people within 5 minutes, that I can pretty much get an idea, sense of if they're positive kind of people or negative minded. And when I say positive or negative minded, I mean some people always see a glass as half full or half empty.
Right.
And the reality is neither one is wrong. Neither one is wrong. It's just how you choose to see things. And that's what is shaping our lives every day, how we choose to see things. I'll tell you something that happened recently, right? I went to a store, I think it was a Vons. I wanted to use the restroom and I was close to a Vons. So I go there, I found that, you know how the doors that they have a keypad, you have to punch in a keypad to get in. So there was an orange sticker. Immediately I saw the door with the codes to have to punch it in. I turned around to go get one of the staff or to ask them what the code is to get in. It was almost at the point of embarrassment because the staff told me the code is on the yellow sticker on the door. So I go back to the restroom and I see the code right there on the yellow sticker, on actual orange sticker on the door. And you know, the thought that came to me was, wow. So the code was right in front of me, but because I wasn't looking at it, I wasn't paying attention. Immediately I saw the dial pad or the code, whatever, the locks to punch in the code. I was just thinking, I have to go get the code. See, but how often do we not pay attention to what's in front of us? I guess the summation, like one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, would say, you only see what you focus on, and your focus determines what, you know what I mean? Another person, I think this was Bob Proctor, would say, we don't see with our eyes what we see through our eyes. Because my eyes was there, I was seeing the yellow sticker, but I wasn't paying attention to the sticker. In my mind, I was thinking there has to be a code and I have to go get the code. But the code was right in front of me.
Now, how do you know when somebody's the one for you?
How do you know someone is for you?
Yeah, a woman is for you.
A woman is for you?
Yeah.
That's easy. That's very easy. I know a woman is for me if they enhance my life. If when I'm around them, I don't have any pressure to impress or to be somebody else to make them happy.
Yeah, be yourself.
Yes, I can be myself comfortably. I don't have to do anything that takes me out of my comfort zone just because I want to make them happy. It should be a flow. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how I know someone is for me. How about you?
I'm gonna go with like I can be myself around them. I don't gotta act like a new person just to make them happy. Just be myself. That's it. If I can be myself around them without judging me and everything change who I am, like she's the one. If she can add value to my life and not subtract, she's the one.
You know what? That question also is so profound. I'm gonna ask you that question in a slightly different way. What do you think is the percentage of commitment, or what percentage do you have to give in a relationship to make it work? Do you think is 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, or 100%?
I don't like that 50-50. This is a question that's all over the relationship. Well, let's say if I'm hurt, right? If I can't make him happy, would you break up with me if I can't make you happy, or you would stick by me to encourage me to make you happy?
Okay.
If I'm down and bad in life, are you gonna stick by my side or leave? That's how you know if she's really the one. Is she gonna be with me if I'm broke? Is she gonna be with me if I don't have no car? Is she gonna help me get those things?
Okay. Let's reverse that, because what you just said now is what she would do for me. What would you do for her? Would you be there for her if she's broke, if she's at her lowest point in life?
It's all about reciprocation at the end of the day. Reciprocate. That's how you make a relationship last.
Okay. Excited. Anyways, it looks like you're ready for your relationship show. You're gonna start a podcast where you give out some nuggets.
The sky's the
I
limit.
might need.
And the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
Oh wow. So at this stage of your life now, what would you say? Where are you in terms of The relationships, settling down, having a family, or not having a family. What are your thoughts?
I do want to have a family. I'm at the age now, like, I'm ready to settle down because I worked on myself since high school. We had challenges here and there, stuff been taken from us, all that. But at the end of the day, you got to work hard to get what you want. Nothing in life is going to be handed to you. You got to get up every day and grind for it and work for it because the reward is going to be at the end. Just keep on. That's it. Keep on. I mean, I got a car. I got a house. I just want somebody who I can share it with.
Okay.
And also, the Bible said a man is not designed to be alone. He's going to send him a helper.
Who's gonna send him who will help?
God is going to help him.
I think I was having this talk recently when I was telling someone that God is no more in the business of matchmaking. And you know why?
Why is that?
Remember when man was in the Garden of Eden and God told man, don't eat of this fruit, this particular fruit of knowledge and life. Is it knowledge and life or knowledge and
I think it's wisdom.
Yeah,
Knowledge. But some of that.
don't eat of this fruit, but every other fruit you can eat out of that fruit, right? But don't eat of this particular one. So when the woman ate of the fruit and gave the fruit to Adam, the man, and then God came and was asking, oh, Eve, what happened? Eve said, the snake made me eat it. The snake made me eat it, right? God said, okay, let's find out from Adam. Adam, where art thou? Adam was hiding, right?
Right.
So when God found Adam and asked Adam, why did you eat of the fruit, the forbidden fruit, the fruit I told you don't eat out of? What did Adam say? Adam said, the woman you gave me made me eat it.
So she blamed the woman.
He blamed the woman. The woman blamed the snake. See, right from creation, from the foundation, man has never taken responsibility for things that happen in his life, for the decisions that he makes. He's always looking
to blame the woman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we've always been pointing to the other person. So God said, if I gave you a woman and now you're blaming me for the woman that I gave you is the one that made you do what I said don't do, okay, hands off. From now on, you go find the woman that you want. I'm no more finding anybody for you. So that's why I say God has gotten out of the business of matchmaking. So he doesn't find anybody for you anymore. You go find the woman that you want. So if things don't work out, who are you going to blame?
Yes,
yourself. You hold yourself accountable. I think that's the very best life.
But do you think a woman should take accountability for their actions as well?
I think everybody should take accountability for their action. Everybody. As a matter of fact, Jim Rohn said, the day you grow from childhood to adulthood is the day you start to take accountability for all your actions. The day you become an adult, the day you go from childhood to adulthood is the day you decide you take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. That's what a wise man said. And I think I agree with that. There's a lot of truth to that.
I like that.
See, we're going to shut this down and probably continue this talk another time. But I think it's been a great conversation.
Yeah, I like it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, people, you guys stay blessed. And I hope some of the things we talked about has been of immense value to you. Share your thoughts. What do you think? What do you think about some of the things we just talked about? Write it in the comment. I want to know your thoughts. And we'll come back again another time. Peace, love, and blessings.